How did it go? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Two Bar Connection. It's so good to have you guys here. My name is James, and I got my host here with me.
Jesse, with the hiccups, which is why I'm not doing the intro like usual.
Yeah, and this is a last minute change up. Not I'm not trained for this, so I have to start getting better at it. But anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome. It's so good to have you all here today, and we got some pretty good news stories for you. We got some first-hand impressions of some games that we've been playing, and but first off, how you doing, man? How was your day today?
No, I'm doing all right, man. Got to just taught a class today. Went to MDC, worked there. Dealt with my damn hiccups, but today's tasting good. Today's tasting
Damn,
pretty good. Mm.
sweet. Dude, wait, have you had those hiccups all day?
Yeah, but it's been on and off.
Oh shit. That's
Well, I had it in the afternoon because what happened was I laughed erratically. When I start laughing erratically, I sometimes get hiccups.
okay.
So in the afternoon, I had some of it, and then I don't know, I guess it just came back. It was fine at work.
Like, did you
But
hear like
now,
a really? Did you hear a good joke? Is that why?
no, it's just well, I said something joking to one of my students, and we laughed together. So my
Oh.
laugh was a little like like it was kind of like a laugh, but it was like kind of erratic and goofy, like my goofy ass laugh.
Yeah.
So that gave me the hiccups. So
Yeah, dude.
I've
Sounds
been
good, man.
a little on and off right now, but I'm doing all right. It'll be gone by tomorrow.
All right. Cool. Excellent. All right. So that's a nice little disclaimer. You know. What we got
Yeah.
the
What about
hiccups.
you, man? How's your week been? You've been hitting up that Starfield.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
Cause I've
Yes.
been playing
I
the
have
same shit we've
been.
always been playing. Fucking Armored Core and Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they came for
Yeah.
fucking
Either we're.
Eon now.
Yeah, dude. Either we're playing Baldur's Gate or you're playing Armored Core and I'm playing Starfield. And dude, it took me a while to get into it, but I'm really liking Starfield. And it definitely is a Bethesda game with all the Bethesda-ness in terms of, well, bugs, but also it just in gameplay. You know, the same Fallout gameplay type shit. There's fast travel. There's inventory with weight. You can't fast travel when you're over encumbered. And now there's another thing where you don't move slow when you have too much weight. Like you move the same speed, however, your oxygen consumption is increased when you're carrying too much.
Okay. Well,
And
why is oxygen consumption important?
well, so it's a new mechanic that they have in the game in terms of oxygen and CO2. So every time you're sprinting, you consume oxygen. And it kind of works like the sprint meter. However,
Mm.
if you use too much, you start to then develop CO2, which if you accumulate too much, you'll start to take damage. But you can stop that by slowing down or just not sprinting, and then the CO2 will decrease, and then your oxygen will go up. And there's actually skills that you can invest in that'll increase your oxygen supply as well as how much weight you can carry. The thing is, though, when you're over encumbered, you move normally, and but when you sprint, your oxygen is increased. Like the consumption is increased.
Hmm.
But even when you're just running regularly, not sprinting, your oxygen still gets consumed. So even
Okay.
though even though you don't suffer a movement penalty, you still can't move too much with, without.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, dude. And I've encountered that. I learned that the hard way too. I was like, oh, I'm over encumbered. Oh, I can't fast travel. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. And then I just see my oxygen going down. I'm like, I'm not sprinting. What's happening here? And it turns out that's a feature.
Oh,
So
okay. Not a bug. It's a feature.
no, that's not a bug at all. That's definitely a feature. I mean,
It actually is a feature.
yeah. No, don't worry. I've encountered my Bethesda bugs, and I'm sure everyone else has too.
Really
And
already?
yeah, dude. There's I've seen people like they're in place, but their character model like jitters. Like it shows like them falling and then resetting up, going up and doing that, but they're doing it super fast. So it's like, so you just see the fucking character model just going,
They're shifting between dimensions.
yes, dude.
They're trying to maintain their corporeal form.
Yes, that's exactly right, man. I'm just waiting for them to tell me some dumb shit like, my goals are beyond your understanding. But the game is good. I've gotten around to messing around with the ship building.
Hmm.
It's cool, but it's a little bit unintuitive. Like it's really hard to like click the the pieces where you want.
Hmm.
Um, because you can have a ship have multiple floors, so you actually sometimes have to switch between the floors to get to that level that you want your piece to be in. Honestly, it's got to the point where the easiest thing to do is to just hover your mouse over the place you want to put your part before actually um, clicking on the menu to add that part, if that makes sense.
Okay, I'd have to see, but I think
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah. I'd have to stream it for you to show it, but dude, it's fun, man. It's a fun game. Good space travel. The space combat between ships is pretty cool. But if you are not the right level, you will get your ass blown away, as you've
Yeah, I saw.
seen. Yeah, you've seen me get. Yeah, actually, it's
Yeah.
funny because when I was getting pissed, you were texting me that, hey, look, it's time to record, and I'm like, no, I gotta beat these. I gotta beat these fucking shits. And then, dude, after a while, I was like, you know what, dude? Screw this shit, man. Like, I'm just gonna go record this
Okay,
fucking
that's why
sucks.
you didn't reply to me. I'm like, is he asleep? I'll have to call him and.
No, quite the opposite, man. Quite the opposite. I was literally mauling at
Okay.
the space combat. but but it's great. It's great. I think you're gonna have a good time, especially because I know you like Fallout and
Yeah,
stuff.
I like Fallout. I love the Elder Scrolls games. So I mean, if it's a Bethesda game, I'm for that.
Yeah,
Bugs and
but
all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's good. It's a good game.
Did how deep in are you? How many
Well,
hours?
uh, let me check my. Like story wise, I have no idea. But
Oh,
I
well,
think
just in hours, because a lot of times people say like, oh, like it gets good after like the 8 hour mark, or it gets really good after like 10
so.
hour mark, because
I would
everyone
definitely
complains at the
say
beginning slow.
yeah, yes, it is. However, it's not as slow as people make it out to be. Like you're essentially already in a ship within the first hour, maybe even less. Like you already have
Okay.
access to the ship, and honestly, it happens that fast. And I mean, honestly, it's not really a spoiler. It's like some shit happens, and then one of like your potential like companions comes up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, oh you're just like me, right? Oh, okay. Hey, here's the keys to the ship. Go to this planet." And you're like, "You just met me, and you're you're literally handing over your ship to me. Okay, fine." But but yeah. So I would say I've got to the first part of the story where the story missions actually split into three. So you get um let's see, and I've already finished one of them.
Hmm.
It's pretty dope. But I'm doing all the side shit because well I want to do all the side shit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you gotta do all the side shit.
Yeah, man. I
Everyone
want to really
knows. Yeah.
yes. I want my own, and I want a really good starship. So I'm trying to like buy money or not buy money. I'm trying to get money
Buy
so I
money.
can. Yeah, I mean, what is this fucking classic WoW? But but no, man, I'm trying to get money because also I picked the trait where you have a dream house, but you have a mortgage on it.
Oh, yeah, just like real life, bro.
Yeah,
So that's
dude.
exactly the kind of realism I subscribe to for my RPGs.
Absolutely. And also, I chose to have a mom and dad that I send money to, and that was cool. That was actually really pretty cool because they go to like Constellation and the lodge, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so proud of my son and everything." I'm like, "Oh wow, this is actually kind of nice." And then and then your mom is like, "Oh yes, I told the neighbors that you were a part of Constellation, and you should have seen the look on their face because apparently there's some kind of feud going on." And the mom
That's kind of
is
funny.
like,
I was
"Yeah,
talking
dude." He's like,
shit.
"Yeah, because they're always talking about how their son is this and that, and now I'm gonna tell them that my son's in Constellation." But yeah, but that's cool. I like it. I'm having a
That's
really, yeah, I'm having a good time. I definitely, I mean, I know it's $70, but you know, I think it's worth it. Definitely
uh,
no microtransactions or anything like that. It's
oh well,
single player,
yeah.
offline. Not stop. 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 Starfield 76. Ugh.
Starfield 76.
It just sounds disgusting.
The
But
76 represents the number of microtransactions in the game.
but yeah, dude. So that's my time with Starfield. I'll
Okay,
I'll
so
give a yeah. I mean, we'll give a more in-depth review later. When we
good
both
time,
play the
good time.
game.
Well, I mean, you're definitely one because, I mean, I'm still playing Baldur's Gate and I haven't finished Armored Core yet. And then
Okay.
I've been thinking about just pushing back Starfield for a while because it's such a big game that I don't want to jump from one big ass game. I've jumped through two big ass games already. Okay, I sunk 80 hours into Octopath Traveler, and then Baldur's Gate, like according to Steam, like 140 something, but like at least on my main character, it's like 80 something hours, and I'm still not done. Like I'm still at the beginning of Act 3, pretty much, and then I really don't want to jump into another fucking Bethesda game, Bethesda style game where you're spending 100+ hours, and you're just doing the side shit the entire time.
Yes. All right. Yes. Very fair. Very fair. And by the way, how is that? How is that for you? How is Octopath Traveler and how is Armored Core?
Well, Octopath I talked about a lot already.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it back over the summer. It's a great game. Probably I'm not gonna go over that because I've already gone over it several times. It's great, old school JRPG game, JRPG mechanics, beautiful art style,
Yeah.
3D graphics with 2D sprites. Looks really cool. Armored Core is a cool game, but sorry, got gas. Yeah, I had to burp that out.
Damn, you should let it rip. It's like, "Rah."
Sometimes it lets it rip, and sometimes it just comes out like that. Like just like kind of an old car, just starting out those old 1920s cars. You gotta fucking
Yeah, you gotta
crank
wind
the
up.
back, and it goes, all right. Like in the cartoons, you go. It's like that. I think that's how it comes out of me sometimes. And other times it just rips. But back to Armored Core, right? So Armored Core is a really cool game, and what I really appreciate about it is that it's a game you can kind of just pick up, play, and then you can just drop it and then come back later because the structure of the game is mission based. So you don't feel like obligated to sink dozens and dozens of hours like you would with Baldur's Gate or with Starfield. Because it's like, oh look at that thing over there. Oh shit, okay, well, you know what? Let me just do this quest. All right, five more minutes. I'll just clear out this, this bandit camp or whatever. Oh look, there's some cool loot here, right? Or oh look, this NPC came into like none of that shit happens, right? Like, it's all mission based. You start the mission, you go in, you finish the mission. That's it.
Yeah,
and right there,
absolutely.
the game has built-in break-off points for when you want to take a break or when you need to go do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is that it's a FromSoft ass game, so it's hard as fuck. But like unlike other FromSoft games, like the difficulty curve is it's more like an elliptical. Like it's like it's like, oh, this is so fucking easy. Oh my god, this is crazy fucking hard. And it's like, oh wow, this is like brain dead easy, bro. What the fuck is this? And that's how it's been. Like the basic missions are pretty easy. It's when you get to the chapter end missions where you usually have a boss fight. That's when it gets crazy fucking hard.
Okay.
In fact, as of today, I think they released a patch where they actually nerfed some of the bosses.
Okay, interesting.
Because people were complaining they were a little too difficult, and they are tough. But I mean, I got through them fine. But I mean, if they nerf them a little bit, I don't see it as an issue. The first boss, especially, is like the first big wall of the game. Like, what the term that we like to use is filtered. Like people have been getting filtered the fuck out. They're like, oh hey, this robot game is pretty cool. I can dash around and stuff. Oh look, there's a robot that shoots a million missiles at me. Okay, let me do. Oh whoa, what the fuck? I can't dodge this shit. What? Oh, I'm dead. Okay, just like that's it. Your ass is grass, and then you boot up again. Like, all right, well I'm gonna dodge to the left this time, and then, oh shit, more rockets. Oh okay, well okay, I dodged out. I took a lot of damage. Okay, let me just heal up. Oh shit, I just ate a cannon to the face, and now I got staggered, and now I got hit. And now he hit me with his flame sword, and now I'm fucking dead again.
Oh my
You know,
god.
just repeat that for like hours on end. Yeah, no, it took me a while. Like that first boss, it took me like a good hour, and I had to restart the mission several times because the idea behind the game is that you're supposed to, unlike say Dark Souls, where like you level up and you can like you have a build and stuff, and like every boss can beat just about every build.
Yeah.
In Armored Core, you're supposed to be changing your build like every mission. So like one mission will be like, oh, you have to protect this site, right? And there's a lot of airborne enemies, so you're gonna want to pick the tetrapod legs, which are like 4 legs instead of 2 legs,
Yeah.
because it lets you fly in the air for a sustained period of time. So you just jump up in the air, and then you activate the tetrapod form, and then your mech starts flying around like almost indefinitely. Because usually it'll burn through very quickly, but with the tetrapod it doesn't do that. So you can do that. You can it makes it a lot easier for you to shoot enemies from above. It also allows you to equip heavier weapons because if you equip heavier weapons onto your mech may or may not have to stand still depending on how much weight. So the building is actually very intricate. There's a lot of things you have to take into consideration. Like you have to take into consideration your legs because your legs determine how many weapons, how heavy your weapons can be. You have to take into consideration your arms because your arms determine what types of weapons you can equip. And then after that, it's like your head, which isn't really that important, outside of just how much health you want versus how much weight you want to put on. Then you put on your boosters, which determines like how fast you go up in the air, how much you go side to side. And it's really, really intricate. It's really cool to be able to build your mech in all sort of these different ways. Or you can do what everyone else does and just puts on the tank treads and then put on double Gatling guns, and then everyone just goes Ooga Boonga. Apparently that's been like easy mode for everybody. Like just put on the tank legs and then get dual Gatling guns and just run up to everything and just unload on their ass.
But that's
And
so
I've done it a
weird.
few times and it works.
Damn, it's so weird though because I every time I see you look, there's always like the energy sword and all these other different weapons, and something is I don't want to say basic, but Gatling gun is it's a simple weapon. But I guess
Well, the thing is, like, one, you don't have to reload it because some of the weapons have really long reload times. But they've since fixed that because like they buffed a lot of weapons that were underperforming in the last patch, this recent patch that came out today, I think. Like they buffed like the basic assault rifles, which weren't that good because they take forever to reload. They didn't do much damage. Sorry, more gas. You know what it is? I had pizza, dude. So I had pizza and I had popcorn chicken for dinner. So
pizza and popcorn chicken.
yeah, the dinner of champions.
Hell yeah. Man, I actually want some gas water now. I'll probably grab some in a bit.
Yeah. We could probably take like a little break a little bit if you want.
No,
I don't know how
we're
long it's
good,
gonna
man.
take. We got quite a few stories to talk about here, but I digress. Right, Armored Core. Right, this is a cool game. That's all I gotta say. That's because I don't want to. I could talk about it a lot more, but I'm not even done with the game. I'm like up at the end. I'm on chapter 5 out of 5. So,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. One last thing. There is a New Game Plus, and New Game Plus actually comes with new content. You get to unlock new parts, you get new missions, and then there's different endings depending on which missions you play. So it's not just like you play through it once and that's it. You're done. Like I thought that's what the game was gonna be, but no. You go through the game 3 times to see all the content in the game.
Okay, I see.
If you want to get all the endings and all the parts, you have to go through the game at least 3 times.
Damn. Well, I mean,
And then there's
considering...
PvP as well.
Oh, there is PvP. Ooh.
Yeah, there's PvP.
Can I watch you play?
But everyone's rocking Gatling guns and shit. I'm not gonna go online.
I don't know, man. It sounds like a skill issue.
Yeah, okay. So skillful picking the tank treads and just dual Gatling gun, just running up to people. And you can't do anything about it because they're so heavily armored up that they just don't get staggered and they don't take a lot
Yeah.
of damage.
Okay, my bad.
But what news we got today, man? You're
Oh,
gonna be the main host today, so you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be the
giving
main
us.
host today. All
Yeah.
right then. All right, sounds good then, my man. All right. Well, first off, let's talk about well the fate of everyone's favorite one of everyone's favorite punching bags over the summer, Volition Studios. Apparently, the Saints Row developer was shutting down after apparently a deal that had fallen through with Embracer Groups and I believe Savvy Games Group. Apparently, there was a $2 billion investment deal, but they fell through. Never really explained why. But as because of that, they're restructuring their entire um, system, and Volition was sent to the chopping block. And a lot of people blame the very lackluster Saints Row reboot as a result of it. But what do you think? Do you agree? Because
Uh, I mean, the thing is, I think this is more to do with the restructuring of it. Like, I think it's just, oh, what have you done for me lately, right? Embracer Group just came in like, oh, what have you done for me lately? Oh, you made this piece of crap Saints Row game that no one liked. Okay, well, your ass is gone, right? Because
yeah,
we
exactly.
gotta cut costs so we can make our quarterlies look good. So sorry, right? Sure, you've been around for 30 years and you gave people tons of classic games like Descent and the Red Faction games, but peace, yeah.
Yeah, peace.
Pack your
Get the
shit
hell out
up.
of here. Yeah,
We did that tax write off.
yeah. Yeah, it does suck because I know that you yourself are a big fan of the Red Faction games. I've never played Red Faction. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, Red Faction, the first one was first two actually, were the first person shooter games that brought in what they call geomod technology, which is pretty much destructibility. They were doing destructibility before DICE came in with the Battlefield series. It was very
Okay.
cool because in the first game was pretty much like a miners was taking place during a miners revolution on Mars,
Mm,
and the whole gimmick of the game was that there was destructibility, so the levels are very open. So like if there's an enemy like a sniper on a tower, you can make like a hole in the wall and then make a tunnel, like blow your way through a tunnel until you get to the tower, and then from there you can go up, make your way up the tower and kill the sniper.
okay.
And
I
there
see
was
what you.
there was like all sorts of moments like that. Like there's even like hidden stuff behind destructible walls, but like deep in, like it wasn't like like Zelda style where it was, you know, oh look god damn it, suspiciously well textured wall with a big cracks on it seems to be hiding something. Okay, let's just put this bomb here and blow it up. No, it was like no, you have to go through like 10 layers of walls, and then like oh okay, here's like the med kit you have to go through, and then you have to dig your way back out, and then the second one was kind of carried on that tradition, except it was kind of toned down a bit. That one was more of a straightforward first-person shooter.
Mhm.
Still a fun game, but definitely not as good as the first one because they kind of toned down the destructibility, which is what made the first game so cool. And then Guerrilla came out. Red Faction Guerrilla on the PS3 and Xbox 360, and that was awesome. That was Red Faction got an open world. They turned it into a third-person shooter, and they went absolutely nuts with the destructibility in that game.
Damn.
Like the whole thing was just like, yeah, just go blow shit up. Like you are part of the Mars resistance and the Earth Corporation trying to take over Mars again, so you got to stop them. And it's just blow everything up. That's what that game was all about, just blowing shit up. And then they came out with Red Faction Armageddon, and we don't talk about that one.
We don't talk about
We don't talk about that
okay.
one. It was a fucking Dead Space ripoff.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a for some reason they turned it into like a horror action shooter,
Hmm.
and they got rid of most of the destructibility. So I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, where's my pseudo communist propaganda, anti-capitalist destruction game?
Oh man, they saw Dead Space and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can make some money off of that." Well, clearly they didn't. If the
No, they
game
did
was
not.
that fucking bad.
No, there hasn't been a Red Faction game since. And well, it seems like history is repeating itself, where you know, Volition makes a game that kind of betrays the history of the games that came before, and
Kind of
guess
betrays
now.
the history. Damn. I mean, that's putting it mildly, but yeah, sure.
Well, I don't know if you saw the video that I put there under the article, but to Volition's credit, it's not entirely their fault, because according to a video by Flippy, who is a YouTuber but also a Volition insider, he has a lot of insider information on Volition. Much of it probably is to blame. The Deep Silver, their publishers, because see, according to Flippy, Volition wanted to make essentially Saints Row 2.5, because Saints Row 2 is seen as the high point of the series, and it had a very heavy focus on gang warfare, but also being kind of kooky and crazy, and they wanted to go back to that. But apparently, Deep Silver was like, no, that doesn't sell, man. You gotta sell it to the Zoomer kids. You gotta have it be about friendship and debt and college debt, right? 'Cause yeah, bro, that's so gangster, bro. And talking about college debt and friendship.
That sounds so bad. It sounds so awful. I guess not knowing that insider information, people will probably blame Volition, especially because a lot of people that would complain about the game would take it to Twitter, and I think I don't know if it was the Saints Row Twitter or the Volition Twitter, but they would be like essentially mocking the people who criticize the game. So I guess that's why a lot of people really don't feel bad.
Yeah, there seems to be like some vindictiveness.
Yeah, because
I mean,
you know.
Because I mean, to me, that's a marketing issue. That's not.
Yeah,
that's not an issue with Volition. That's an issue with their marketing.
Yeah, but people don't know the difference.
Man. I don't think you deserve to be closed down just because you had bad marketing.
Yeah, exactly. But it definitely helped feed into the whole apathy of it. People are like, oh man, the game that we tried to tell you sucked, but you didn't listen. It actually did suck, man. Now you're closing down. So, oh well.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it is pretty sad, and honestly, it's just another example of publishers meddling in the video game making process when they shouldn't be. But
hey. they know more than the creators.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Gotta sell friendship.
You can't sell friendship and fucking college debt. That's not a Zoomer thing, though. Like.
Well, I added that in. That was me, like.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, but the thing is, like.
I imagine that's the logic, though.
I can see them doing. Yes,
like I'm embellishing, dude, but.
Yes, bro. Make sure you talk about. I don't even know.
The young people. That's what they're saying. I can say Zoomers. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah. No.
But they make the young people, right?
The youngsters, man. Fucking people, dude.
Because they probably saw like Fortnite and shit, and they're like, ooh, pretty colors and stuff. You just put kooky colors, pretty colors everywhere, and have these kooky looking characters. People will buy it. Well, they did not. So, and Volition was unfortunately to blame.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, maybe we'll get someone else making Saints Row in the future. You know, people sell properties and all IPs all the time. No.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Not anytime soon.
No, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon.
And by not anytime soon, I mean like not in this decade.
Or in life, for that matter. But
Yeah. Well, we gotta keep the sad train going.
Yeah, let's keep the sad train going. Other studios shutting down. This one actually though is a bit sad. So I don't know much about this game Shadow Gambit. It looks like a strategy game though.
Yeah, it is. So first, let's introduce the studio, right? So Mimimi Studios, the developers of Shadow Gambit, which was a newly released strategy stealth game, as they like to call it, launched to critical success. And I don't know about how it was financially successful, but apparently it's a great game. It's a very good game. And it's essentially built off a genre that Mimimi Studios pretty much created on their own, because no one's making strategy stealth games, as they like to call it.
Really?
And they've made several of these kinds of games at this point. Like they made I forgot what it's called. There's like some samurai themed one that I played the demo of. I don't remember what it is. It was like Shadow something. And then they also made Desperados 3, which is a game that apparently a lot of people really like. And now it's like a Wild West themed stealth strategy game. But it seems that after 15 years, they're finally closing down, unfortunately, because, well, it seems to be primarily due to personal reasons.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
I mean, because according to the statement open right now, but
Yeah, no. Essentially it says they're closing down to prioritize their well-being. So apparently, game development has, well, it's been hard on them. You know, they've made great games, but it has taken a toll on them. You know, psychologically. So they were just like, you know what, it's not worth it, and they just decided to, end on a high note, I guess you would say, and close down the studio.
which is respectable but odd because most of the time when we hear about studio closures, it's more along the lines of Volition,
Yeah, exactly.
where the publisher just comes in and go like, "All right, you're fucked, get out."
Yeah.
But Mimimi Studios seems to be like, "No, we're just gonna bow out because game development's really hard and we don't want to lose our minds."
Yes. Yeah. It is honorable though, because well, game development is hard, especially nowadays, and especially in today's day and age, where you have to make a good game, but then you also have to manage publisher expectations and try your best to incorporate what they want into your game, or just compromise your principles and just put whatever the publisher wants in their game anyway, i.e., microtransactions. And we all know how that works out for everybody involved. But no, man. Yeah, the story is pretty sad.
Well, in the case of Mimimi games, they're actually mostly self-published.
Oh, so they're essentially independent.
Yeah, essentially. I don't know. At least for Shadow Gambit, it was self-published. I don't know about their other games, but as far as Shadow Gambit is concerned, it was a self-published game. I don't know about their other ones. Shadow Tactics, that's what that samurai one was called. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Desperados was published by THQ Nordic. Then Shadow Tactics was published by Daedalic Entertainment. And then their last game, The Last Tinker, was also published by Daedalic. So Shadow Gambit, their most recent one, was self-published. But it seems like, between, gaming development just being hard on its own, spending countless hours at the office, away from your family, away from your kids, away from your friends, holding away at the computer, debugging shit for countless hours, doing the most tedious possible work.
God, that sounds so awful.
Coding and designing stuff. And then on top of all that, the games you develop are kind of niche, and in an industry that's becoming increasingly more and more financially risky, you have to stress yourself out more and more to try and make the best game possible. And then I guess they just went, it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
So rest in peace, Mimimi Studios.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully they can, hopefully the employees can find other work somewhere else and continue their craft.
Yeah, I just hope this doesn't lead to too much burnout amongst the staff that they have there.
Yeah.
And I don't know how big their studio is, but it would be nice if at least, some of them can stay, because they are a talented studio. I mean, I haven't played much of their games, but I did enjoy what little I played of Shadow Gambit.
Okay.
It did leave a good impression on me, and I'm definitely considering picking it up sometime in the future.
Alrighty. Is it multiplayer?
Good question. I don't know. I think it is.
It looks like a multiplayer type thing.
I think no, it's only single player.
Oh, it is? Oh.
That's a shame.
Oh, well.
But the other ones might be. Maybe the other games are.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But we'll have to see. We'll check that out later.
Yeah.
But moving on to things that are not as dead, but goddamn, is it close.
God, yeah.
And speaking of pirates, pirate-themed games, and dying studios and properties, Skull and Bones continues its losing streak at Ubisoft, as it loses its third creative director. So yeah, this game, Skull and Bones.
Oh my god.
This is the pirate themed whatchamacallit, because no one knows what the fuck it is still. The pirate themed whatchamacallit game that was supposed to come out after Assassin's Creed 4, but has since been delayed to the ever loving shit.
It's been delayed to infinity, from what
And
I've
it
been
is,
told.
yeah, and it is the game that can never die because Ubisoft will get their asses sued by Singapore since they took money from them. And I bet you, as every year passes by, Ubisoft aggressive more and more. Like, I want to know how many cigarettes are in Gibbs or Moe's ashtray at this point. Like just there smoking away with fucking French cigarettes, just thinking about Skulls and Bones,
And why this damn
all the
game
money he sunk into it.
Man, that sunk cost fallacy is something else.
Yeah. Well, it's one you can't get out of because
No, yeah.
you
of
took
course.
money from the government.
Yes, dude.
So they are contractually obligated to finish the game.
Oh my god. And I mean, it says here that the creative director Elizabeth Pellin had left and returned to Paris earlier in the summer. She's been there since 2018. So, holy shit, been there for 5 years. And then on top of that, you apparently the Ubisoft in Singapore is facing an organized labor campaign. So they're having a union problem over there as well.
Keep smoking away, Yves. Smoke that shit good.
I wonder if he can ask the Singapore government, like, hey, man, like, I need help. Send me some people that know how to program, and I'll give you a fucking game.
I feel like at this point he might have, and like maybe we just missed that.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Oh, jeez.
It's crazy how long this game is taking because apparently it's been rebooted like 4 times. I think.
Yeah.
Like internally, it has been rebooted about 4 times because originally it was supposed to be like it's supposed to be like an expansion. Like it was supposed to be like a multiplayer like expansion to Black Flag's ship combat.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome, by the way. Like I would have been down for that, but
Yes.
apparently like they took a long time to make it, and then by the time like it was kind of ready, they were like, you know what, let's just make it its own game. And then from there, they didn't really know what to do with it. They were like, well, we can turn it into like turn into a full blown pirate game. I can get off and explore islands and stuff. And then another time they rebooted it. It was like, oh, it turned into a survival game like Rust, where you have to like, collect, resources and stuff. And then if you die, like you lose all your shit. And then that got rebooted, and I don't know what the hell it came to after that. And then it's where it is now, where it's pretty much like a ship shooter thing.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I don't even know. There's been nothing revealed about this game, right?
There was that one gameplay presentation they showed last year, I think. I want to say last year, but no one liked it.
Dude, I don't even remember seeing it.
I don't remember seeing it either. I vaguely remember it. But essentially, everyone was like, what the fuck is this? You've been working like 8 years on this game?
And
Which it has been about 8 years to this point. 8 or 9 years. That this game has been in development.
Yeah. This is weird.
Are you looking at it now?
Yeah. Damn, am I actually considering playing Sea of Thieves over this crap?
Well, Sea of Thieves is actually a decent game now, so.
It is decent.
I mean, it took like 3 years to fix it, but apparently it's actually a pretty good game. I haven't played
Well,
it.
hey,
but...
they did fix it. I mean, hey, everybody, Sea of Thieves, they fixed it. No Man's Sky, they fixed it. Cyberpunk, hopefully, they fix it. So, it's becoming more and more common. So, that's always good news. Yeah. And also, there was kind of like a side note here in the same report that apparently Assassin's Creed Black Flag is getting a remake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, from what I've heard, let me
Oh,
see
yeah.
something. Let me see something.
Oh, yeah,
It,
I have heard of this.
yeah, hang on. Because people have told me. Oh no, never mind. Because people
What?
told me that that they took Black Flag off of the Steam page, but it's still there, and
Okay.
that's why people have like led to speculation that it was being remade by Ubisoft.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now it's just a rumor and reports. There's nothing confirmed.
Wow,
So
why you starting shit, internet? Come on.
yeah, man.
Why you starting shit?
Yeah, man. You always gotta be starting something. Yeah,
Well, I'd
'cause
be
yeah,
okay with Assassin's Creed 4 remake. Oh.
yeah. I liked Black Flag. I think that's my favorite Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's my second favorite. I like Assassin's Creed 2 the most, but
Oh
Assassin's
yeah,
Creed
yeah,
4 was really fun.
yeah, yeah,
Really, really fun.
yeah, man. That Caribbean, that blue water. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
love that shit.
The sea shanties.
Oh my God, yes, dude. I work out to sea shanties, bro.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, they're cool, man. They'll put some hair on your chest. I feel the it was a manly man time when men would just sing that shit out
Yeah, dude.
because they're bored out of their minds, spending 11 months out of the year in the ocean, with nothing to see but fish and other hairy men.
Those poor bastards.
Yeah, no wonder sailors have the reputation they have.
Yeah, dude.
10 months being all pent up.
Yeah, I think there was also stories too that they would mistake manatees for mermaids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I know about that. So while the clownery at Ubisoft continues, we have some happier news, at least for me, because this is something that's very personal for myself.
Yes, indeed.
Because I know you don't know shit about this, which is fine.
I know the
educate
name.
you.
Listen, I know the name at least. I know the name at least, but I don't
I'm
know
gonna
much.
educate you.
Educate me, please.
Yeah,
Educate me.
educate you. Yeah, so we have here Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is not dead. Finally, things that are dead, which is a very appropriate since vampires are undead and cannot die. So it's very apt that we have a story about this game because, like, so Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is the sequel to Bloodlines 1, which came out in 2005. And it's a great game that unfortunately got fucked by Activision and was forced to release in the same day as Half-Life 2.
Oh shit.
So,
Is that what happened?
yes, that is essentially what happened.
Oh my god.
What happened? So what happened with Bloodlines 1 was they wanted to make Troika at the time. That's what they're called, Troika Studios, which is now Obsidian. Or at least a lot of the guys who aren't Obsidian now worked at Troika. They were already kind of on tight financial times, and they wanted to make Vampire the Bloodlines, but they wanted to use the Source engine. But at the time, the Source engine wasn't really, fully finished.
Yeah.
So they were working with essentially an unfinished engine at the time, and they had a really hard time working on it. And so that led to it taking years and years for it to be made, until eventually Activision was just like, "All right, you have to release. We don't want to give you money anymore." Right? What's next update? What's next available room? I think November. Okay, what release? Half-Life. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? Release next to Half-Life 2. You guys will be fine, right? You'll be good. Half-Life 2, the fucking one of the greatest FPS games of all time, the follow up to like
The
freaking
other greatest FPS game.
one of the greatest FPS of all time. So they really kickstarted the narrative FPS genre.
Yeah, bro.
Made people actually care about stories in FPS games. Yeah, you'll be fine, right? And of course, the game absolutely bombed. And then Troika eventually closed down since they were already in financial dire straits at that point.
Yeah.
But it became a cult classic, and including yours truly loves the game as well. The very first Bloodlines, and what Bloodlines is, for me to explain what Bloodlines is, it's pretty much a vampire themed RPG game, but it's kind of like a shooter at the same time. Well, you can choose between shooting or melee, but it has it's kind of like Deus Ex of vampires. That's how people like to describe it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Deus Ex of vampires. Like, you start off in like the hub world. You can travel around the hub world. There's like, quests and stuff to do, NPCs to interact with. And then eventually you finish that hub world and you go to the next hub world and you do the same thing over and over again. Of course, you're following the main storyline. The first game has a really good main storyline where you play as like a newly created vampire who gets pretty much thrown into the vampire underworld, and you have to learn the ropes about the rules of the vampire world, while at the same time, being a vampire yourself. And then you're thrown into, like, you have to deal with this this conspiracy surrounding this ancient sarcophagus that the ruling vampire class wants. And so you have to choose between like what factions you trust to help the sarcophagus, and it's all that. But with this game, with Bloodlines 2, so Bloodlines 2 was actually originally announced back in 2016, I think 2016 or 2017 at this point. And to say that it has a troubled development cycle is to put it lightly, because apparently the studio Hard Suit, I think they're called, which I don't know what the hell they made. I don't think they made anything. I think they were a newly formed studio by Paradox Interactive, who are the publishers of the game. And apparently whatever they made was bullshit. Like, it was just not good. And at least according to the alpha gameplay, which is what I saw. Granted, it's just alpha gameplay. It didn't look that good. Like, it looked very janky and unsatisfying. But again, it's alpha gameplay, so who knows? Maybe it could have turned out to be really good. And then on top of that, their lead narrative writer, Chris Avallone, who is a famous RPG writer. He wrote for the Fallout series, I think. Yeah. And I know for sure he wrote Knights of the Old Republic 2, which is like the best Star Wars story ever. Yeah. In my opinion. It's my favorite story in all of Star Wars. He got hashtag me too.
Oh.
So
ouch.
Essentially what happened was they pretty much threw out all his work and then fired him. And so pretty much to start the story over. And then later on, their creative director got fired. And then eventually Hard Suit Studios just got kicked off the development. And they said, well, we're going to go find a new development. Then the pandemic hits. And then no one hears shit about the game for a long time until when did they? 9 days ago? Okay, last week. I don't remember when it was last week.
Yeah. It was about a week ago.
It was about a week ago. I'm gonna say September 2nd, because this PC Gamer article doesn't have the actual date. It's just 9 days ago. So I'm just gonna say. So as of September 2nd, it was revealed that Vampire Bloodlines 2 actually lives, and they actually released a new trailer that showed off some new gameplay, and they revealed the new developer, who is the Chinese Room. That's what they're actually called. I don't know why the hell they call themselves that. But they are the developers of the Amnesia Machine, Pig in the Machine, I think. It was like the sequel to Amnesia. And Esther is here, and then everyone has, or Dear Esther, I think is what it's called. And then the other game was Everyone Has Gone to the Rapture. And interestingly, they're all walking simulators. So I'm kind of interested to see what they do with this game. I'm kind of excited, but at the same time nervous.
Because you think they're going out of their element? You think?
Yeah, I'm worried they're going to be out of their element, and this is a series with a lot of love and passion behind it. Granted, it's from a cult following, but I mean, I love the game. I know a lot of people love the game, and it comes from a cool setting. It comes from the World of Darkness setting, which is pretty much like D&D, but like modern day with vampires and shit.
Nice.
That's essentially what it is. But I mean, I'm just glad it exists.
Yeah, well, actually, I was just looking at the trailer, and those look pretty cool.
Yeah, right. You see them do the JoJo punches.
Yes.
Like in my head, I just went, so you will get JoJo punches. You'll be able to do vampire JoJo punches.
Sounds good. Is it a direct sequel or is it a sequel like with brand new characters? You think?
I think it's gonna be brand new characters. It's gonna be the same mythos, and it's probably gonna have the same sort of gameplay style. It's
Yeah.
gonna be an RPG game. It's gonna have a first-person view, probably focused primarily in first person.
Yeah,
It's gonna new setting.
gotcha.
This game takes place in Seattle. The previous game took place in Los Angeles.
Ooh, okay, cool.
So yeah, this game's gonna take place in Seattle, and they actually rebooted the narrative again, where instead of playing as a thin blood, which is what you call like a vampire, like a super weak vampire, you're now like an elder vampire.
Ooh.
So you're like a super old vampire that's like awoken from a really long slumber. And that's pretty much all they said so far. So who knows what it's gonna be from there? But whatever you do, I just hope it's good. That's all I care about. I just want the game to be good.
Yeah. It looks good. So.
You have any other thoughts on it?
I mean, dude, I'm excited to watch you play it. But if it is intriguing, maybe if I like see more gameplay of it, I might just take a crack at it. Is there any way to get the original Bloodlines or no?
Yeah, Steam. Get it on Steam.
Oh, it's on Steam. Oh shit.
It's on Steam, yeah, but it's gonna require a patch. You have to look for a fan patch because when the original game released, it was broken as fuck. Because of course they didn't have enough time to finish it. It's actually on my library. If you want it.
Oh, then I'll just play it there.
Yeah, you can just play it there. It's a great game. It's amazing. I love it. You can you do have to patch it though, so like, the game can actually work. Make sure you get the unofficial patch for it, and then if you want to add like some mods, there's some good mods for it. But
Okay.
I'd recommend playing it at least as is for the first playthrough.
Okay, cool.
Very cool series. And you said that you want to check out gameplay for the number 2. Well, you don't have to wait too long because in January they're going to reveal the gameplay for it.
Nice. All right, cool.
So you'll be able to see it then. And as for actually playing it, we're going to be waiting some time though because it's going to come out till fall next year.
Yeah, fall next year. So we got time, and so do they.
We got time, and so do they now. Hopefully, although I bet your ass they're gonna delay it 2025.
You think so?
That's always happens to these games, man. Yeah, dude, they're announcing it like 15 months in advance or 14 months in advance, however much. When was the last time a game was announced like a year in advance without getting delayed?
I'm thinking. That's what the silence
It really
is
feels
for.
like every game that gets announced like 12 plus months before release, with like a surefire release window, gets delayed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I can't think of any.
So, fall 2024, asterisks, GG lols. No, just kidding. 2025. Okay. So we'll be playing in 2025. But you know, we might play in 2024.
Ooh.
We might be getting our hands on some Switch 2s.
Oh boy. I'm actually excited for that one.
Yeah, so apparently Switch 2 is actually real. Because as you recall from last episode, I think it was the episode before last episode.
I think it was a couple episodes ago. I think
No, it was the episode. Yeah, it was the episode before last or the one before that.
Yeah, because we were talking about Bobby Kotick apparently like during the trial for the whole merger thing was talking about Call of Duty to other platforms, and they're like, and then I think Bobby like accidentally spilled the beans. It was like, oh no, like we tried, but the new Switch like can't run Call of Duty or some shit. And we're like, excuse me?
What?
Did you say new Switch?
Come again?
I'm coming in. So now it's apparently actually real, and people have gotten their hands on it, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, there was also that TSA leak a few months back, where some anonymous TSA agent was like, "Oh yeah, I saw it. Like I pulled these guys off to a search, and I helped them open up the case, and there was like this weird computer-looking thing that looked like a Switch, but it had like wheels on it."
Yeah.
And well, I mean, the Switch 2 is a real boy, and it was apparently demoed at Gamescom. A bunch of devs got a little secret announcement showcasing there, where they actually got the Matrix Unreal Engine 5 tech demo running on it.
Yep.
Which is very shocking because that demo looks absolutely incredible.
Yup, and the fact that the Switch 2 can run it means that maybe Nintendo is finally putting some serious hardware into it.
Yeah, start putting fucking mobile computer chips from mobile cell phones. Look, man, I just want to run a Zelda game at least a solid 30. Just keep it a consistent 30, man. I don't want to be playing Zelda at fucking 20 FPS. Like it's a freaking N64.
Good lord, man.
And I want all sorts of other games to, of course, run well also. But Zelda, like that, the scope of those games demands hardware.
Yep.
Strong, good hardware, because they managed to make Mario Odyssey like run beautifully. Like I don't think I had any problems with Mario Odyssey.
No, I think
Yeah.
out of all, I mean, I didn't play many Switch games, but out of all the Switch games I did play, Mario Odyssey ran the best. Like solid 60 all the way through, no issues.
Oh my god. This gas.
He got some gas.
This gas is killing me, bro. And well, I mean, I haven't played much Switch games myself too, but it really feels like when we hear news about like a Switch port or a Switch version of a game, it always just seems to run substantially inferior to its PS4, PS5, of course,
yeah.
PS5, Xbox, and Xbox cousins, right? Like just like come on, one console will run like at 1080p, 60, and then you'll be lucky to get 930 on the Switch.
Yeah.
But now with the Switch 2, hey, we may actually get some good performance and some good looking games that will not just look, good artistically, but also just in terms of fidelity.
I like it, man.
And will also maybe lead to some bigger games.
Or more importantly, true cross-platform play now that the Switch can actually somewhat keep up with, the other systems.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah. That's what I'm concerned about, man. That's what I like. I like cross-platform. I like being able to play with anybody no matter the platform. Because I feel like it just makes the gaming experience that much better.
Yeah, / normalize platform.
Normalize cross-platform.
Cross-play.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I know this is a side note, but we'll just it's a one-off. But apparently, for Baldur's Gate, cross-platform play is a part of the roadmap.
Yes, it's in the works.
It's in the works.
Yeah. I saw that news was like today or yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't put it here in the itinerary, but
yeah,
platform crossplay will be available, so we'll be able to play with our Sony and Xbox brothers.
Yes.
Out there very soon.
Woohoo!
We have one person in particular that's gonna have it on PlayStation that we'll be playing with, but we're gonna play with him like once, and then he'll just disappear for 6 months, like he always does.
I don't know, man. If he likes the D&D experience, and I think he's gonna be shocked at how much freedom he has with that game. But we'll see.
He's gonna have too much.
He's gonna have too
too much power.
Too much.
You thought I was bad in early access? I can only imagine him.
Dude, yeah, but then again, that was the whole point. We literally made an agreement during early access. Hey, let's see how far we could push this fucking game. And it turns out we pushed it pretty damn far. And we accidentally found the hard nose. The game is no. The game is literally going to end if you do this.
Yeah, you will die.
You will die. Yeah.
You will die forever. No, you can't reload.
But yeah, man. So I'm excited for the Switch. I'm excited for Switch 2. I'll definitely, if it's as good as we think it's gonna be, then I'll definitely be picking it up. Especially now that the article also states some other patents that Nintendo had filed back in 2020 about AI upscaling technology,
Mm.
which I think is pretty cool. But but when it reads, it just says like they're gonna use AI to switch game resolution automatically when you're running in portable mode or when it's plugged into a power socket. So like when it's in handheld mode, the resolution will scale down, and then when it's hooked up to the TV on the dock, it'll upscale it.
Hmm. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, just one last thing. I'm really glad they're not abandoning the concept of like the Switch of having a console portable hybrid.
Yes, I agree.
I think it's so cool to be able to play at your house. You know, you have your controller on your TV, and you know you go out with friends. Like you go to a friend's house to play Smash. You know, you just take your whole console with you.
Yeah.
You can just take it to your friend's house.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you're a commuter, right? You can play a little bit on the train on your way to work. It's so cool, and I'm like, because usually Nintendo they like to do a new thing every time. They want to mix it up. Even if what they hit is gold, they still want to mix it up just for the sake of mixing it up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're sticking to the guns with this.
Yeah. I think this is I think it's great that they're doing it too. And I think it's great that they see a future in it and they're like, "Oh no, we can make this last for a while." You know? So, I mean, hey, it was such a great success that, Valve essentially copied them with the deck. So,
Deck.
the deck, Steam Deck.
Got a big deck. You want to see my deck?
You want to see my deck?
Well, speaking of Steam and PC programs, we have our next little exciting news here. The Final Fantasy 16 PC version is officially in the works.
I'm not gonna lie, that happened way faster than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna wait a lot longer, but I guess Sony really wants them sales, or Square.
Well,
I think Square.
yeah, they're trying to make up for lost time,
Damn.
lost sales.
Maybe console exclusivity is not such a good idea anymore.
Oh darn!
Oh jeez.
Oh jeez, who could have seen this? Fiddlesticks. But okay, so I mean, to be fair, he did say it was in the works. We don't know how long it's going to take because it could take a while.
That is true.
I'm saying, don't hold your breath until maybe next summer, the soonest. And I'm being generous there.
Honestly, they should take their time because, I mean, we're having a backlog problem right now, so we.
Yeah, they can take their time.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, Square Enix has a very bad record with PC ports.
Mm.
Like, all their PC ports are ass. They're straight ass. The Nier Automata port was so bad that the internet had to literally bully Square Enix into pretty much making it the same as the Xbox, as the Xbox like remaster or like the Xbox like super version of it.
Really?
It was like, what the fuck? Like they got I forgot what it was. There was like I think there was like an Xbox One version of it, but like the Xbox One version had like a bunch of extra shit added to it. And it was like, upscaled and all that stuff. And then the PC version came out before then, but like it was still ass. Like it was even worse than the PlayStation version. Like it ran worse. It was just worse overall, and it was very restrictive on what you could modify and stuff.
Holy crap, dude! I didn't shoot.
And then Final Fantasy VII Remake was that port was ass as well. Like they sort of fixed it over time, but it still runs kind of rough depending on your configuration.
Yeah.
And they've never really fully
fixed it.
So as far as Final Fantasy 16 is concerned, dude, please. and this is Yoshi P here, so I can trust it. I can trust him a little bit,
Yeah, but
I can give Yoshi P the benefit. If Yoshi P is involved, I can give Square the benefit of the doubt, as long as he's involved. If not, yeah.
Yeah, go kick rocks.
Yeah, exactly, kick rocks.
Yeah. And not only are we getting the port to PC, but apparently we're getting DLC for the game as well.
Yes, they announced that as well, which is also a very big surprise because everyone thought it was going to be kind of a one and done game.
Yeah.
Because that's usually how Final Fantasy games are. They generally don't get DLC unless you're Final Fantasy 15. But even then, Final Fantasy 15's DLC got canceled after a certain point.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. You know, I know nothing about Final Fantasy 16. I don't know the story. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So it'll be a nice surprise. I mean, is is it good? Is the game good? I don't know if the game is good or not.
I don't know. I haven't played it. Well, I mean, from what I hear, it is good, but it has some slow parts, it has some slow, boring parts, and the side quests are ass.
Really? Oh.
Everyone says the side quests are awful.
Okay.
That's what everyone says. The side quests are fucking awful. Like that's always been the biggest complaint. And here. Yoshi had previously said that optimizing a PC version is a matter of time and resources. Even if we start optimizing the PC version after the PS5 version comes out, we won't be able to optimize it in half a year, so it won't come out in a short span of half a year. I would like to realize it eventually, and I think I will, but I'm not at the stage where I can say when. Yeah, so like I said, dude, summer. I mean, like late summer, the soonest.
Honestly, I'd give it a year.
But my guess is gonna be like a year. Realistically, I'd say about a year.
Yeah.
So late 2024, maybe 2025.
Okay. Very well.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
dude.
perfectly fine.
I got no problems. I got no issues whatsoever with this. Alrighty then.
But you know who does have issues?
Yeah, Jinx.
Knock on wood.
No.
Knock on wood. Okay. Yeah. So issues, man. So we've been. Hollywood has had a couple of big issues these past few months.
Yes.
And they've continued to have issues between the actors' strike, which is still going on, between SAG-AFTRA and Hollywood Studios, and the writers' strike as well.
Yes.
Which is also still going on, and the likes of which hasn't occurred since like the 60s, I think they said. Well, it hasn't happened since like the 60s.
Well, apparently I think it had said that the Writers Guild had not gone on strike for like 15 years. Hang on, where did I see it?
But I mean, together.
Yeah, together. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember the writers' strike. Like, I remember the writers' strike when we were like in middle school because like they released a bunch of ass movies during that time.
Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
I mean, dude, was that movie gonna be good even if they had an actual writer on set?
Dude, all I know is the first one was actually pretty damn decent, and then you notice sharp drop in quality with the second fucking movie, and you're just like, wait.
At the very least, we wouldn't have had a Robo Testicles joke. The fucking. I was 14 at the time I saw that, and even I was like, well, that's just childish. That is so immature.
I dare say, sir. This is awful. But you want to know what the biggest surprise is for me?
Well, hold on. Because I got this whole spiel. Because now, with our actors' strike going on in Hollywood, may actually start bleeding over into our video games. As SAG-AFTRA, who also has prominent voice actors amongst their ranks, are calling for video games or video game actors to possibly strike against video game companies as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, keep going.
I know. One of Jennifer Hale. Isn't she a part of?
Yeah, I think she is.
I think she's a part of some union. I know that she's a part of some organization because I know that she's one of like the main like spearheads when it comes to like video game like voice actors and actresses. So but I know there's plenty more. Oh, Troy Baker's probably part of it too. But yeah, apparently this strike is a whole thing with artificial intelligence replacing voice acting and shit.
Mm-hmm. Which you bet your ass you company's gonna hop on that shit.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Voices for free. I mean, dude, even in Starfield, apparently the robot dude, I forgot his name. But apparently they use artificial intelligence to to voice him or to say your name, which is interesting.
Okay.
Like because I named my character after me, James, and it actually went, Captain James, but the
Oh, that's cool. Wait, vocally he says it?
yes, vocally he says it.
Ooh, that's
However,
kind of cool.
yeah, I think it's very limited though. It has to be like a traditional name. You can't put like Elon Musk's child's name, XQ whatever. You cannot do that. It has to be like a somewhat a somewhat traditional name.
Okay.
So, but I think that they use AI to say it. Um,
Okay.
but in any case, yeah, dude, I can totally see them doing that. Like, hey, AI is coming to take our jobs. Like, we gotta be compensated, and you also gotta promise to not use AI. And the companies are like, I
But
don't.
the quarterlies.
Yeah, dude, you guys are.
Actors cost money.
Yeah, you guys are expensive, and you like to complain. You know who doesn't like to complain? Nameless, soulless computer programs. That's who doesn't like to complain. And they also don't mind working for free. So, but yeah. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder how this is going to turn out. Yeah, dude. Honestly, all of entertainment in general, I think, is on fire.
Oh yeah.
And I mean no, and I mean all of it. Like Hollywood and like gaming companies together. Like, honestly, I'm shocked we got like the great games that we did this year because Jesus Christ, dude, this is some crazy shit.
Yeah, like did you hear some of Disney's SFX studios are going to start unionizing, or they voted
Yep,
to
they're
begin the
gonna vote to
unionization
unionize.
process?
And honestly, good for them, dude. Fucking Disney and Marvel have been overworking those visual effects artists nonstop for how long? How many years?
Too many.
Too many. And on top of that, they're just releasing show after show after show that relies heavily on VFX. And dude, you can tell that these poor people are overworked because some of the CGI that I've seen is, well,
It's garbage.
it's ass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ass. Like there's no reason why it should be so bad, dude. Like there's movies from like 10 years ago that look way better
Yes, dude.
than all the stuff that's coming out now.
Yeah, bro. No, it's they're overworked. Those poor people are overworked and they don't care anymore. They're just like, you know what? Whatever. Fuck you. And just like, makes the crappy CGI. But anyway. But you want to know what I was shocked by when I first saw this article, and it's completely random?
What? What?
I didn't know that Fran Drescher was the president of
I know, me too.
SAG.
I was like, the nanny?
Dude, exactly. I saw her face, and I'm like, I know that face. And then I look, and it says SAG-AFTRA president Fran Drescher, and I'm like, no fucking way. The nanny is the head of all this crap?
Yes.
That's fucking dope. That's awesome. That is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her. I saw the name. Like, what the fuck?
Man, bro. Well, apparently she's a big wig, and she's really good at what she does. She's a writer, and honestly, dude, she's funny. So she knows her shit. So it makes sense that she would be the president of of SAG.
No, SAG. Just a bit of unfortunate naming though. It's a little too close to SAC.
Well, at least it's not like freaking the Film Actors Guild from Team America.
What was it? Oh, I don't remember. What was that?
Wait, remember Team America?
No, I don't remember.
There was a coalition of all the actors in Hollywood that were protesting against Team America, and they were part of the Film Actors Guild. Tell me the acronym for the Film Actors Guild.
yeah. I'm not saying it, but
Exactly. That's why I'm like, spell it out in your head. So that's why when you said like, oh yeah, SAG, that's really close to SAC, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's better than what fucking the South Park people did on Team America. Yeah. Wait, when was the last time you watched that movie?
years.
Bro, you gotta watch it again. It's more relevant now, I think.
Really? Okay.
It really is, dude. But it's so funny. It's so funny watching them talk about like their group because they use the acronym. They don't even say Film Actors Guild. They say, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the scene because they interview the actors as well, but it's not them. It's fucking Trey Parker and Matt Stone saying,
Yeah, it's just voicing everything.
yeah, Matt Damon. Fuck, now I want to watch the movie. But anyway,
The thing I remember most prominently about that movie is the fucking puppet sex.
yes, dude. Everybody remembers the puppet sex. Oh god. But anyway, so yeah, SAG-AFTRA calling for video game actors and actresses to join on the strike. They most likely will because, well, if you're not an executive in the gaming industry, you're probably getting paid shit. So they most likely will be joining.
Yeah, which will be very interesting because they had voice actors themselves had a strike not too long ago, back in 2017.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. And well, speaking of unionization and entertainment burnout, we have our last story here, which is a very interesting one, which is why I saved it for last.
Yeah.
It's actually a exclusive article from IGN where they surveyed a bunch of anonymous devs from varying studios, and apparently being a dev kind of sucks according to them. That's pretty much been the result of it. Being a dev sucks. New survey reveals that many game developers consider their career unsustainable.
Yes. Which, well, I mean, can you really blame them? Look at all these developers that, it's a very high risk, high reward type of situation. Like, I hate to keep bringing up Baldur's Gate, but look at the situation with Baldur's Gate. It was a very high risk endeavor that they took, but it paid off, and it paid off like in spades. Like they succeeded. It was an overwhelming success. However, for every one studio that goes through that success, how many studios do you think do the same exact thing and end up bombing launch, or their product is so bad that their studios closed down?
Yeah, we just had one. We just talked about one today.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny too because
two.
Two
of them today.
One was by choice. They were like, listen, we just don't like what we're doing, which actually pertains to this article. It's like, hey, listen, like, this is a really hard thing to do, and like, it's way too hard that we don't think it's worth it. But yeah, dude, like so yeah, being a developer sucks. It's very high risk, high reward, and more often than not, you fail, and you fail miserably, to where you lose a whole lot of money.
And you take the burden of it, because if your game doesn't sell, daddy publisher, big bucks, comes by and goes like, well, Johnny, I know you got 4 kids to feed and a mortgage, but yeah.
No, dude, yeah.
Your game didn't make $1 billion, so your ass is grass, buddy.
I had to put regular instead of premium fuel in my yacht. You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah, bro. Hey, that's why for all the shit,
I had to buy a 60-footer instead of an 80-footer. You fucking asshole.
You son of a...
Think of me. Yes, meanwhile, I always love it how Skill Up in his videos, his weekly videos, always calls out the wages of the CEOs.
Yeah.
I think it was Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of 2K, like doubled his own pay this past year. And the dude's already making like 20-something million.
Oh.
It was something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is. And of course, Bobby Kotick making like more than everyone combined for some fucking reason.
Yeah, dude. It's so stupid, man. But, for all the shit that Activision Blizzard gets. Like like for example, whenever Diablo is like doing something awful, they always go and blame Blizzard. You know, they never. I mean, they always blame Bobby. Like they blame Bobby more than anything else. But for the most part, all the vitriol is towards Blizzard. Rightfully so. But it leads into your point that the developers take the they take the hits. So yeah.
Yeah, and while going over these the responses, I actually want to delve a little deeper into.
Absolutely.
So most of the respondents were from AAA studios, which this makes total sense because the AAA gaming landscape is fucking awful. Yeah, as 57%. Yeah, 57% of respondents said they recently worked on a AAA game. And one of the most notable results from the survey is the seeming lack of career longevity in the games industry. Among all respondents to the survey, the average years of industry experience was 6.9. It's nice. And that less than half of respondents has made it to their 7th year in the industry.
Okay.
So these guys make it to 6.9. And then for the lulz, they go, fuck this shit, I'm out. Right? 6.9, not nice, and then they can leave.
Oh my god.
And when asked if working in games is sustainable, 42.9% yes, 37.9% said no, and 19.2% said they were unsure, which pretty much means no.
Yes.
If you're unsure about your sustainability, you're not sustainable. Employees with multiple decades of experience in games said they felt their own career was sustainable, but recognized some of the challenges faced by workers just entering the industry. So it really seems like that a lot of this, all these problems begin during the early stages because game development is so ruthless, especially nowadays. Whereas back then, like maybe 20 years ago, it was a little bit more lax.
Oh yeah.
That a lot of these industry veterans kind of they have their already roots planted in, and they're kind of used to the workload that they get. They're used to the culture and everything. But if you're a fresh bushy-eyed graduate, be like, I'm gonna go make I don't know, Fortnite, right? Like,
yeah.
Or like, I love Blizzard. Oh, buddy. I love Warcraft 3 and StarCraft. I want to work on StarCraft 3. Oh, buddy.
Oh, my God, bro.
You sweet summer child, you.
Dude, I remember, too.
Hope you're not a woman.
Jeez.
Where's your titty milk, bitch?
And you sure shit better not be pregnant.
You better not be lactating. You're going to find yourself titty milkless. Your baby's going to be very hungry when you leave those offices.
Oh my god. Man, I remember too, dude. Like, I remember growing up, I'm like, yeah, dude, I could totally work for like a video game company and just make games all day. Especially like, after watching the movie Grandma's Boy, I was like, dude, like, yeah, like this is me. A 35-year-old making games. And now,
exactly.
And now I'm fucking.
That's how it is, right? That's how it is.
No, and then
clearly this is real.
29 years old. Yes, clearly. And now I'm 29 years old, and I'm like, dude, they're all fucking degenerates, or they're like slaves. It's awful.
Yeah, like 15 years ago. If 15 years ago, and you asked me, hey, what game company you want to work for, I would have said, oh, BioWare, of course, right? And then.
Yeah, exactly. And now.
If I went to go work for BioWare, right, by the time I graduate, I'd probably be working on Andromeda or something. What the fuck is this?
Yes, dude. You would have been like.
I'd be working on Andromeda, or I'd be like on the slave mill working on Dragon Age. Dragon Age 4.
Or you could have been one of the lucky
Anthem.
few. Exactly. You could have been one of the lucky
I forgot about it. You just said it.
You could have been working on Anthem. The highlight of.
Yes, I would have been able.
That's
the highlight of my career. Yeah. I worked on Anthem.
Just long enough, and then you would have finished on Anthem just in time to get laid off of Dragon Age.
Yes, and then I would have gotten laid off.
Oh my god. But yeah, dude.
Is
So,
Riot still hiring?
uh, well, apparently, yeah. Aren't they making like some? I don't know. Are they working on something?
Oh, apparently Riot's not a half bad place to work, from what I
Yeah.
hear, because it was kind of shitty at first. Like it was kind of it was kind of like Blizzard, where it was like a big frat house.
Mm.
But after all those reports came out, they kind of cleaned up a bit. They also pay pretty well, and they offer a lot of benefits,
Oh, okay, cool.
from what I hear. I don't know if that's true or not, how true that is, but
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you'll definitely work on something, bro. You'll be working on League or some League-related game.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be short for work. You don't have to worry about laid off anytime soon.
Absolutely. So it'll be sustainable for 5 years instead of
Oh man, League's been going for like fucking 15 years. At
Yeah.
this point, or something like that.
Yeah. What kills me the most though with the article, like what you said though, so being a nurse, I understand working like hard, and I have no issues working. But for God's sake, like if I'm there working, pay me my fucking money. Like I get paid by the hour, and while I'm working, all that time, I'm gonna do my job and do the best at my job. But this quote that this guy says here, I should be getting paid for the 18 hours that he's working. Like, 18-hour shifts, that makes sense, especially if you're like, crunching for a game. But damn, they're only getting paid
Which is
8.
another issue. Which is
Yeah.
another issue because
Yeah.
working 18 hours alone, like I feel like after like the 10-hour mark, like you're just pooped. You can't do anything.
I
at that
mean,
point.
yeah, like once in a while, working 18 hours is fine. It's okay to put in overtime, and if you do it every day though, then that's something that you got to talk about. But for damn, dude, like if it makes me feel like after the 8-hour mark, like they tell you, hey, clock out, but stay and work. It's like, no, if you want me to work, I'll work, but I'm getting paid. I'm a huge believer in being compensated for your time, provided that you're actually doing your job. But this is bullshit. This is awful. And then, then there's the issue itself with, yeah, sure, 18 hours every single day. That's that crunch issue. And crunch is, oof. Would you say crunch is the biggest problem right now in our industry?
Yes, but I'd say it's symptom of bigger issues, namely a lot of mismanagement and unrealistic deadlines.
I couldn't agree more with that.
So, well, yeah, crunch, because crunch, I imagine, even if your project is well planned and well managed, at some point you might have to engage at least some crunch to some extension. But you shouldn't be crunching for months on end, right? And if you do crunch, one, there should be compensation, and two, you should get some much deserved R&R afterwards. Like if you're pulling 80-hour weeks, week in, week out for like a month, then I think you deserve like a good 3 weeks off.
Yeah, bro,
or 2.5 at least
or a
to just
fucking-
decompress.
Yeah, exactly. Or a fucking bonus, Like, remember Fallout New Vegas? How they gave Obsidian 8 months to make New Vegas, but they finished it in time. But then Bethesda was like, "Oh, you actually took like 8 months and a half to make the game, so you're not getting the bonus."
Yes, and then there was the Metacritic score. It was like, yeah, you're supposed to get an 85, and you got an 84.
Yes,
so...
dude, exactly.
Yeah.
See, shit like that makes me so mad. That makes me very, very upset. But you're dangling carrots in front of these hardworking people, and then you yank it just because you don't want to compensate them properly. Again, it comes back to compensation. And I love your comment on crunch being a symptom of mismanagement and unrealistic expectations, which, well, publishers and CEOs, they always know what's best, and then everyone on the outside is looking at them like you're a moron.
Yeah, and it seems like sorry.
You're good.
God damn, bro. Fuck. Now I'm getting hiccups again because I was laughing
we had a good
so
laugh.
much earlier.
We had a good laugh. That was
Titty milk.
Yeah. Dude, that reminds me of Fleekazoid, the YouTuber.
Yeah.
His video on Diablo saying something about like, oh, he got to scam the entire Diablo fan base, and he's like, what I'm saying is, Big Bobby hit bingo, and he even got to keep the titty milk.
Okay,
It's my
but
favorite.
going back to the discussion of crunch, going to the according to, according to the survey, crunch is one of the biggest issues facing video game workers, as countless reports over the last several years have documented the long working hours developers face at many AAA studios. 50% of respondents say they've experienced crunch in the last 2 years alone. Most game workers who respond work on average of 40 hours per week, but a quarter of respondents worked 41 or more, with the longest average work week clocking in at 95 hours.
Dude, how many hours are there in a week? 24 times 7, right?
24 times 7. Yeah.
168.
That's like
That's more than half
yeah,
the week.
The guy's working. That's why he's working like 15-hour days every day.
Dude,
no days off.
Dude, wow.
In fact, let's do the math, right? Let's do some
I
math
just did the
over
math.
here.
It's 168 hours.
13 hours. Yeah, he's averaging 13.5 hours a day, every day.
Jesus,
no days off. In a similar vein, 57.9% of respondents to the survey said they are paid an annual salary, with 26.4% reporting hourly pay. While salaried positions certainly have benefits under proper work conditions, many salaried workers are exempt from overtime pay. Wow. Okay. So if you're a salary guy, you're just fucked.
That's why I'm a huge believer in getting paid by the hour.
45% of workers said their pay is not keeping pace with the rising cost of living, while nearly 20% say they were unsure. Again, you're not. You're unsure. 54.3% of respondents said they have not been able to negotiate a raise on an individual basis. Holy shit. 54.3%. And 45% they are not keeping raise. Yeah, so for this part, right, 45% of workers said their pay is not keeping pace with the rising costs. It really doesn't help that a lot of these companies are based in very, very expensive places.
Yes, most notably, I think
like Blizzard is Irving, right?
California.
Like Irvine, I think.
Yeah.
Irvine, which is apparently notoriously expensive.
Yep. Some of these places are in San Fran. Well, dude, all the tech jobs are over in fucking California, which, you already know California. When you think California, you already think, oh, damn, high cost of living. Oh, boy.
Yeah, so in many cases, these people live in very expensive areas. So, I mean, if you're getting paid like $50K an hour to work, 13 hours a week.
Dude, that's like
13 hours a day, I'm sorry.
That's not even close.
And then you go home. That's not even close, man, to like something in Irvine.
Yeah, bro. That's, oh my God.
I don't know what the average cost of living is there, but
well, you know what?
I imagine it's somewhere like 90-something.
Let's Google that.
90-something K. You want to Google that real quick?
Yeah, I'm going to Google that right now. Irving, California. What, cost of living?
Yeah. Yeah, go over.
Irving.
And well, I mean, that's pretty much the juicy bits of the survey. If you're interested in this survey, actually, you know what? I'll put it in a link in YouTube. For those of you that are interested in reading a bit more on it, but essentially we covered the most important parts of it. But the article itself is called "Exclusive New Survey Reveals That Many Game Developers Consider Their Career Unsustainable," and it's by IGN. So if you want to head over there and read in it, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, feel free to. And
so,
all right, did you find it?
A family of 4 estimated monthly costs are $4,667 without rent. Single person's
without rent?
Yes. A single person estimated monthly cost is $1,285 without rent. And one okay, Irving is ranked 10 out of 273 cities across the U.S. in terms of cost of living. The cost of living in Irving is 148% of the national average.
Holy shit.
Median home cost in Irving, California,
Oh god.
$1.1 million.
Christ.
Oh my god, dude.
And this is on top of the knowledge that Activision is one of the lowest paying video game companies around. There are people who have said that they cannot afford the cafeteria food.
What?
And the cafeteria food's supposed to be cheap. And they cannot afford it.
I can't even.
So imagine you're like a QA tester or like some customer service guy or some low-level programmer. And you can't afford the damn food in your own... Sorry, in your own workplace.
So, alright, let me put this into perspective for you as well. Would you say that Los Angeles is the most expensive city in California to live in?
I want to say no.
You want to say no?
It's close, but yeah, but it would be close.
Okay.
It would probably be like up there, but I don't think it's the top.
All
I
right.
feel like San Fran or something like that would be worse.
Yeah. I would say so, but definitely Los Angeles is up there, right?
It's up there.
So Los Angeles, they did a survey, and apparently you would need $7,674, as far in terms of cost of living to live in Los Angeles. Irving is only $7,600. That's a $74 difference between LA and Irving.
Oh wow. Okay, so LA is fucked.
yeah, exactly. And LA is a.
I did not think the gap would be that small.
Yes, dude. So I'm like, damn. Okay, here we go. According to the latest data, the median household income to live in Irving, California, is $105,000.
Oh my god.
Damn, you need a minimum of $23 an hour per person. The average annual salary is $87,000, with the average hourly income at $23.47 an hour.
Well, good luck.
Good luck, oh, man.
Good luck indeed.
Yeah, so...
Well, that's, I mean, after that discussion on game devs and cost of living and
titty milk.
home economics, that pretty much wraps it up for today's show.
Yeah, no. I gotta admit, it got really lively at the end with all this talk of like devs and stuff. But I'm glad. I'm glad we can talk about, not just games, but just industry stuff like that a lot. And yeah, is there anything else you wanna add toward the end, or do you think we pretty much covered everything we wanted to?
I'd say we just about covered everything.
All right, sounds good.
I got laundry to do, so how about you sign us out, buddy?
All right, sounds good to me. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of Two Bar Connection. We are always welcome to have you guys here. We're always happy to have you guys here. Be sure to leave a like and a subscribe, and also leave a comment. Tell us if you want us to cover something in particular, or if you just want to, make fun of us. That works too. But it's all good. And if you don't like us, send the video to a friend of yours. Maybe they'll like it. We like to spread some joy around here. And, well, we'll see you in the next one. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you guys are. Thank you for listening. Peace.
Bye, everybody.